We're going to be doing a little bit of a secret word giveaway for those who are doing post notifications or the people who are here early / watch to the end. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about switch, and switch essentially is the opposite of your dominant direction. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why you should learn it and some awesome tips and tricks about switch riding. And at the end of the video, we're going to be doing some car content. I got to replace my rotors and my brake pads. So if you're interested in hanging out, definitely stick around. So on that note, let's jump in the studio and talk about why and how to ride switch. Let's go. First, let's dive into exactly why you should be riding switch, and then I'm going to give you 10 ways to become way more awesome at switch. And the very first reason why you should ride switch is, let's say you have your equipment breaks. Well, the only way down the mountain is riding switch. If you are capable and confident to make it down, then it's not a big deal. You just go change your equipment. It's not a day ruiner. If you are not really good at switch, or you're not comfortable, confident, or you've never done it, all of a sudden that experience is a completely miserable experience because it's not fun, but we're here to have fun. So learn how to ride switch. Number two is, let's say your back leg is absolutely toasted from a gnarly day of riding powder, but you want to keep going? Well, just learn how to ride switch or be really awesome at switch so that you can extend that day and make that day literally the sickest day possible. The third reason why is a safety concern. There's certain situations where it's actually better for you to ride switch toe side. Let's say when you're traversing across the hill, it's a little bit of traffic, but you got to go save a small child over there. Well, then I want to be able to have the front side of my body facing uphill. As I go across, I can navigate, I can put on the brakes, and I can do that, but I need to be comfortable and confident to navigate that safely. So definitely another reason. And then the last reason I feel is, if you want to become more awesome at snowboarding, broaden your ability / have way more fun, riding switch is really challenging, which I find to be fun, but opens all those doors for the cool 180, the 540s, all these cool fun tricks. But because you now can ride switch, you just have a lot more things to do. So it's definitely really fun. So let's dive into now the 10 ways that I'm going to help you become more awesome at switch. And definitely come back and subscribe to the channel, because I'm literally putting out all sorts of videos about snowboarding, and we're definitely going to do on-hill drills. So definitely subscribe and put post notifications on. With that said, the very first one is, when you're setting up your snowboard, I personally like to have a symmetrical duck stance. What I mean by that is, duck stance is your lead foot, it has some positive angle, your back foot has negative angle. I personally ride positive 15, negative 15. And then when you have that duck stance, you have more range of motion, like vertically, but you also have more rotation out of your hips, which is going to make switch riding a lot easier. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go 15-15. You could try 12-12. You could go 15-6, definitely. But I like having my stance symmetrical, so theoretically it feels the same whether I'm going regular or goofy. In a practical sense, it's not 100% feels the same, but in theory, I want my equipment to feel the same. And I know I just said this, but subscribe to the channel. I'm literally making the ultimate nerdiest, awesomest video on stance. So definitely subscribe to this channel, because we're going to go nerd on stance and setting up your binding angles and why and width and why and those kind of things. So that's going to be awesome. And then to piggyback on this first statement is, I have done positive 15 degrees in the front foot, and then my back foot was 0. And then when I was riding switch, I just felt a lot more limitation in my turns. I felt less agile. I felt so restrictive, and I felt like I just had less responsiveness because of the way my body was feeling, especially it being so foreign as it switch and foreign as the equipment feels different. So definitely look into setting up your board more symmetrical or more duck stance. Number 2 is going to be, try to get your switch riding practice started as soon as possible. Now, let's say you've never snowboarded before. I would suggest learning how to link your turns and then immediately learn how to ride switch. If you're a new rider, that's what you should do. If you're a veteran and you've been in this game for a long time, the sooner you can start riding switch, the more awesome you're going to be at riding switch. So the sooner you can start, the better. You're just going to be able to get more practice in by the end of the season. The more you can do now, the more that is going to benefit you later. Plus, I like the challenge, so that's pretty fun. Number 3 is riding switch can be very intimidating, can be very scary, and socially, you don't necessarily want to be that dude who's like not that sick at snowboarding if you've been doing it a long time. So a nice little hack that I do is I'll go to the beginner area. No one's there, no one cares, and everyone else is struggling there for the most part because they're all beginners, that somebody just sees you, it doesn't matter. In addition to being at the beginner hill, it's like you don't have to worry about people going 100 miles an hour by you as you're trying to make this turn. Everyone's relatively in the same stage. Yes, you should still look around because there's that dude who cannot stop, yes, but at least it's a lot more contained and a lot like safer of an environment. And then also the terrain tends to be a lot more favorable to learning switch or learning for the first time. So you're not end up on this like crazy gnarly cliff patch switch. Obviously you could just go back to your dominant direction, but in theory, if you could just go in that area, it just feels super, super safe and super comfortable. I do it all the time. You might see me at Keystone riding switch, one-footed, left eye closed, one leg in the air in the beginner area. Or I got people hollering at me from the chairlift. They're like, Tommy! I'm like, following over riding switch, trying something weird or challenging or something, and then people are like, well, who is this guy? But I like going there and challenging myself, especially early in the season when there's not much terrain and everyone's forced onto small run anyways. Well, I'm gonna go have the sickest day ever by working on some switch fun challenges. Number 4 is going to be challenge yourself with switch skating, and skating means going in the lift line. You have one foot in the binding and you have your other foot that is free. Do that completely switch. And you can literally just start like skating around the top of the hill, strap in, go down, and then skate through the lift line. What that's gonna do is get your body to be in these weird, abnormal, uncomfortable positions, which also means you're gonna train your body on how to adjust. And then to piggyback on that, keep going and just go one-footed up the chairlift. It's gonna feel abnormal the very first time. It's also super humbling the very first time, but challenge yourself. Again, on the beginner hill, it's not a big deal. You can tell the lifty to slow the chairlift down. Many ways to go about it, but challenge yourself by riding the chairlift switch, literally riding the whole run switch, and then go skate switch, and then switch your switch, right? So that's definitely could be like a really good thing. I've done that for years as a competitive snowboard coach. I had my athletes do that all the time just to build that awareness of their switch riding. Super awesome. Number 5. Oh, this one's good. So number 5 is when you are doing your switch turns, I recommend that you have 60% of your weight over your lead foot. My analogy to get everybody to buy into this thought process is you have your car and the tires are in front. And when you make a turn, you turn, right? But the engine, for the most part, is over the front. Or if the engine's not in front because it's electric, well, at least you're still steering from the front of the car. The car, you know, yes, there's certain situations where there's vehicles or trucks or tractors or whatever with wheels in the back, but it's not that versatile. What's great about steering from the front wheels or the front of our board is we can go really slow and make turns, or we can go 100 miles and make turns. It's the most versatile, awesome way to turn your snowboard. It allows you to get more turn shape, more managing the speed, more able to change directions. Like the benefits are incredible. So 60% of your weight on the lead foot. And then you want to use a technique called knee steering. Type in on YouTube, Tommy Bennett knee steering. You'll find a fantastic video about doing knee steering and apply it to your switch riding. But watch that after this video because we got more to go. Number 6, and once you are feeling more comfortable and confident linking your turns, I highly recommend you becoming more dynamic. What dynamic means to me is the ability to be in all these extreme positions, but your body and mind kinesthetically or anticipating, you can essentially know how to adjust to the situation. So you're anticipating, oh, what's gonna happen? Or kinesthetically, I know I'm leaning too far forward, I need to adjust. So ways to do that would be to do nose presses and tail presses, ollies and nollies. So in a nose press and tail press, essentially lean really far forward till the opposite end lifts up, or lean all the way back where your tail lifts up. Essentially, or sorry, you lean all the way back for your nose to lift up. So you're trying to get your body to be in such an extreme position, either forward or backwards on the board. And then you could also try to ollie or nollie, which is jumping off the nose or jumping off the tail. Do those, and you're gonna start doing a couple things. One, getting vertical in your range of motion. You're also being able to move towards the nose and tail, but then you're also gonna be able to go straight and then do something and then land, which is a skill in its own, and then be able to slow down. Being able to do all that switch is a very fun way to challenge yourself, but it's also developed so many awesome skills along the way. So definitely do that, but go at slow speeds, definitely not a bad idea. And number 7 is try doing the tornado drill. Now, essentially what the tornado drill is, you start from the top of the turn. Let's just say you have like a really wide open space. You start from the top of the turn, and you're gonna make a closed turn, which just simply means you're gonna go across the hill, and then you're going to make a turn and go back across the hill. So you're going across the fall line. But as a tornado turn, you're gonna make these really big turns, and then every time you do a turn, you're gonna do a turn a little bit sooner, and now notice how close and tight and close and tight and close my turns are. What that's going to be able to do is start working on your ability to make big wide turns and really tight narrow turns. This is a great drill as an instructor or coach that I do, is tornado. Start wide and go small. But then you could also do the opposite, where you start small and go wider. Just a fun little way to practice and push your ability. Well, I'm gonna break this up real quick. We're going unbroken. We're not editing this. But if you guys are interested in picking up an awesome pair of goggles, literally the sickest goggles I've rode. I rode over 200 days in them. These things are awesome. We also do have a fog-free guarantee. If they fog up on you, you can send it back. We also have a 30-day guarantee where you're like, I just don't like them, send them back. So literally there's no risk in trying these. What you do get is a super awesome dark lens, and depending on which goggle you choose, there could be clear lenses, or you're gonna get low lenses. Regardless, you're gonna get 2 lenses. Also, I have these awesome tech hoodies. No, I'm not thirsty. I am gonna do a tech hoodie thing. So what we're gonna do, and without wrecking my computer or my camera, so this is a bottle of water. It's not completely full. I will be doing more videos later this season where I go into last year I went into like a car wash and absolutely got blasted, but we're gonna do this. You're just gonna notice, without making too much of a mess, literally this thing is just running off. Can you see it? We're gonna go this way. It literally is not sticking. And then I got a mess on my floor, but I'm doing this for you. And then on the inside, it's like perfectly dry on the inside. Perfectly dry on the inside. So if you're interested in picking up a tech hoodie, I do have some for sale right now, but check back on the website because I got those colors are gonna be dropping literally soon. So, and there's only 50 of them, so in each color, so they're limited edition type stuff. So if you're in, I got some water on my computer. Sorry, I'm gonna have to, we're not stopping, we're gonna keep going. But if you're interested, shopbeditech.com. It's gonna be pinned comment down below. We're gonna keep going. Number 8 is, if you have the money and you want to have a sick experience, the best way to improve your switch is to get some feedback. So I suggest that you take a lesson. Asterisk, no, I do not do any private lessons. If you're interested in a private lesson, you can book a private lesson through my friend Eric Zerwin, who instructs at Breckenridge, completely on the table. I don't do anything under the table. No private lessons. Or if you want to come ride with me and actually get taught by me, you're gonna have to come to summer camp. More information that coming in a couple weeks. Working on the website right now, but take a lesson. Now, the why the lesson is amazing is somebody's gonna build you a progression and tell you exactly what you're doing and how to change it, how to make it more awesome. So definitely not a bad deal. A fun life hack is if you have 5 friends, you can book a private lesson and distribute that cost from 6 people, 5, 6 people. Not distribute. Yeah, you're gonna dilute that cost by 6 people instead of just you. Sometimes it's actually cheaper to do a private lesson with all your friends than it is a group lesson. If you don't have friends, all good. Join my Discord, link down below, where you can make some friends. But you can also do a group lesson, but go to a lesson and get some feedback on your skills. Sounds like a great idea. Next one is gonna be a self-plug on mine. I do have a bunch of YouTube videos breaking down knee steering, turning, switch drills, switch everything. So just type in Tommy Bennett switch and you'll get a library of 5, 6 videos that are literally me holding nothing back. And literally, you follow those videos, you're gonna become more awesome. If you follow the videos down to the T, it's gonna help a lot. So definitely check out the rest of my videos. There is a bunch of them for sure. And then the last one is you cannot substitute practice and experience. At the end of the day, you just gotta practice. I literally have gone days on days of only riding switch chairlift, switch skating, switch, and then I've hit rail switch, boxer switch, jump switch. I've done so much switch, and I still feel like I could be better at switch, but it's so hard to replace practice. You just gotta practice, practice, practice. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we're gonna jump into some more car content. If you guys are interested in car content, stick around. Plus we got a fun little giveaway, little sticker pack with the secret word at the back of the video. So definitely keep an eye out for that one. It's a fun one, it's a long one this time. And then, yeah, shopbenetech.com. You're amazing, keep watching. Let's go to the next one. Awkward. Keep going, bye. I was gonna stop and okay, we're okay. All right, so this is my car. Check it out. I got a 2017 GTI. I freaking love this thing. It's actually incredible in the snow. Surprisingly, I've had it for 6-7 years now, and I've never had issues. Knock on wood. We'll find some wood, but knock on wood that we don't have any issues. Been pretty stoked. So what we're gonna do is jack up the car, take off the brakes. So on my car, I have these like absurdly large rotors. These things are like 340. These things are like massive and heavy, but they're really incredible, especially when you like to drive. And funny part, I actually have over 100,000 miles on the original brake pads, so I think I drive pretty decent, but I love driving. So, yo, look at these things. Oh, they're freaking heavy, but all good. And then this may or may not be the second round we've tried to do this, because the first time there was, bought the wrong ones. Said GTI, I was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna get GTI, and then come to find out, I have like these things. Look at these things. They're like freaking massive. They're the size of my face. Let's go. Little brake pads. Hopefully they're right this time. No promises. This is my boy. He's mellow. He doesn't want to be on the video, but he's on the video, so here we are. So the other day we tried to do this. We used this jack, and the jack was sick, and then we tried to put the tire on. And I was like, dude, the tire's not lining up because the jack had sagged a little bit. So we're gonna be definitely doing this and then putting the tire underneath, because we don't have brake jack stands. We're gonna use the tire underneath, so we're not gonna die here. All right, trust me, I'm not making my friend do all the work, but he's looking like he's doing a good job. Look at these things, they look freaking incredible. I'm super pumped. So we're gonna put this on, put the wheel on. We gotta bed the brakes and all that stuff, go for a little drive. All right, my dudes, I hope you guys are enjoying the car content and definitely getting my hands dirty, which is super fun. I was thinking about doing some work on the inside of the engine, possibly doing a stage 1 or stage 1 plus, getting a couple things, which it could be really fun. So definitely let me know in the comments below if that's some of the content that you wanna see. Also, I'm gonna make some other videos about how to drive in snow. I think it'd be super important, as well as how to prep your car for the winter and things you should actually pack inside your car to make sure you're not stranded. And if you do get stranded, that you have some options to make sure you're safe. Because the end of the day, the goal of the channel is to make you as awesome as possible. And since you made it to the end, we're gonna do a secret word giveaway. So the secret word is, and you gotta type it, secret word dash how to snowboard switch blindfolded. That's gonna be our secret word. And if you wanna play along, you gotta be part of the post notification gang, so make sure you're subscribed and post notifications turned on. First come, first serve, and you win a sticker pack. We're gonna be doing this kind of thing all season long, so make sure you watch the videos. We're also posting every day and doing a live stream every single Tuesday where I can answer your questions. You can come by, we can become a more awesome community and a better group of snowboarders. So on that note, I'm gonna go take this bad boy for a drive, but on that note, we out. Let's go.